If someone departs from your life, it signifies only one aspect: living while clutching onto all the connections that held importance to us is implausible. Sooner or later, companions, family, or beloved ones depart from us, causing hurt. They move forward, forsaking all that once united us, while we undergo suffering and distress, severing the bonds of our former existence. It doesn't occur invariably, yet it occurs. It's a separation that inflicts anguish deep within, and you must confront the loss of someone who was so near to you not too long ago. Do not grasp what departs and do not repel what arrives, then happiness itself will discover you, articulated the sagacious Omar Khayyam once, and his expressions are affirmed by a splendid allegory about what we forfeit and what we attain. A youth approached a hoary elder, with yearning in his tone and wringing his hands in despair. He conveyed, "I dwelled close to a river, and it always brought me elation. But now, I comprehend that the river flowing adjacent to my abode is wicked and even malevolent. Pray, advise me, sir, what shall I do about it? Why do you perceive your river as malevolent?" "Survey it for yourself," the elder retorted. The youth complied with the counsel and surveyed the situation. He persisted, "My cherished tree, the apple tree, once flourished along the riverbank. It yielded me fruits, shelter in summer and fall, and joy when it flourished in spring. During winter, a splendid bird would alight upon its branches, and we endured the winter together. I nourished it with grains, tended to it, and in the apple tree's boughs, I fashioned a petite abode for my bird to nest. And all was harmonious. But of late, during a tempest, the river surged and inundated the roots of the apple tree. The tree plunged into the water and drifted away, leaving me and the bird behind. The bird flew and discerned that the apple tree had vanished. It fluttered its wings and took flight in pursuit of something superior. Now, I weep daily for myself." The allegory imparts that, akin to the young man, we must not cling to what departs. We ought to relinquish and permit life to astonish us with fresh prospects and encounters. Felicity lies beyond the individuals and entities we have relinquished, and it lies within our purview to discover it on our personal path. I faltered in safeguarding the apple tree and the bird, and they shall never retrace their steps to me. Let's venture into my garden, articulated the sage, and upon their arrival, he exhibited to the young man both aged and youthful trees. Observe, all you had was an apple tree, yet within my garden, fig trees, cherry trees, plum trees, and myriad other wonders thrive. I shall partake saplings with you. Establish a kin garden near your dwelling, and not merely one bird shall gravitate towards you, flocks shall abound. His apple tree and his bird endowed him with an indelible experience. Now you apprehend the procedure for nurturing the tree and prompting the birds to warble their melodies for you. Immerse yourself in diverse trees, diverse birds. Do not metamorphose the riverbank into a desolation of lamentation for what has departed. Nature endures no vacuum, and novelty unfailingly emerges in lieu of the obsolete. Now, divulge your dwelling to me." The youth escorted the sage to his abode. The man beamed. "Observe, your river parallels your existence, it withdraws, yet it bestows. Acknowledge, wisdom is pervasive in life. Your tree could have been struck by lightning, and your abode could have been engulfed by flames, yet the river intervened in the nick of time to rescue you and your abode." The sage gestured towards the water, where a skiff conveying a splendid damsel was being borne ashore. "Cultivate your garden and consort with her, and alongside her, it shall flourish." The youth discerned that, notwithstanding the losses he grappled with, fresh prospects were ahead of him. He comprehended that life constitutes an incessant sequence of adieus and receptions, and through embracing what transpires, he would unearth a novel trajectory replete with maturation, elation, and affection. To hold affection and be appreciative of the river of life for all it confers upon us, and to relinquish what it seizes away. Shortly thereafter, the exultant youth returned to the sage, brandishing a hamper replete with a plethora of fruits. His progeny bore the hamper, while kaleidoscopic birds gleefully circled overhead, warbling their euphonious strains. It is avowed that time mends and replenishes our lives with novel associations, experiences, and concerns. And when someone departs from our lives, it implies that they can no longer furnish us beyond what they have already imparted. Express gratitude for the experience and eschew clinging to the yesteryears, for you cannot traverse the same river twice. Yet you might ponder, what course of action should I undertake when something culminates in life, be it propitious or adverse, and a chasm remains? The void ensuing an unfavorable occurrence can be sated, whilst the void ensuing a favorable occurrence can only be sated by discovering something superior. Nothing surpasses the potency and ingenuity of a chasm which individuals endeavor to sate, intoned the ancient Chinese sage Lao Tzu once. And should you one day encounter someone who has embarked on their departure, you may even revel in the reunion, yet you shall no longer bemoan the transpired events, for you shall apprehend that their departure was ordained and vindicated by life itself. Ultimately, in their stead materializes someone who genuinely esteems you. This encapsulates the quintessence of sagacity and fairness in our existence. And naught further remains to be appended. Want to live with more wisdom and purpose? Discover the secrets of Buddhist monks in the ebook The Wealth Through the Eyes of Buddhist Monks. Click on the pinned comment and start your journey of transformation.